class. So in the last example, it brought up the idea of modeling, what we call mathematical modeling, and that's where we try to take something that we see in the real world, some phenomena, something that we see, and we try to fit a model, a mathematical model, a graph, an equation that kind of relates the two variables that we see that are related, okay? And so we see something in the real world that's related, and we want to find a mathematical expression for explaining that relationship, relationship between the two variables. Okay, so in the last example, we talked about how much money Google has spent on R&D over a certain number of years, and we talked about average rate of change. So in this, we're going to talk about another type, dealing with another type of modeling situation where it deals with cost, revenue, and profit. Okay, and this comes up a lot in business. And so if we assume a linear cost function, so assuming that it's linear, then cost function would have to have something of this form, right? AX plus B. Revenue function, revenue is based on number of widgets sold, right? So it's based on a certain price. So the revenue is going to be the price that we're paying or that we're selling each widget times however many widgets we sell. That's X. So X is the number of widgets here. The cost is the number of widgets that we're making. Okay? Revenue is based on the number of widgets that we sold. Okay, because it costs. So if we look at the linear cost function, notice that there's two pieces here. So this is a cost per widget, per item. Okay? This is what we call marginal cost. Okay? This is a constant, so this is what we call the fixed cost. Okay? So this might represent something like, electricity, right? We have to keep the lights on, right? So this is something just a fixed cost of doing business. So we have certain things that we have to pay every month, cost, which might be as far as, could be payroll, right? Payroll, training, heat, electricity, all those things. So this is just to keep the doors open. And then marginal cost is based on the number of widgets we make. So if every time we make a widget, it's going to cost us a certain amount of material, right? So there's a cost there. So these two together give us the cost function. Revenue is based on how many widgets we sell and the price that we sell them at. And the profit is the difference between those two. Okay? And now normally when we're talking about a situation dealing with this, we want to know when is profit positive, right? When are we going to make money, right? Or in other words, when are we going to be operating in the black? Okay? So we're usually interested in is when is this equal to or greater than 0? Or we're also interested in the break-even point. When will we, how many items or how many widgets do we need to sell in order just to break even? And so that would be when it's equal to 0, when profit is 0. Okay? Or in other words, another way to look at this is when revenue equals cost. Same thing. Okay? So that is an intro to linear modeling. So a lot of times we're going to use this information here to solve problems involving cost, revenue, and profit. Okay, so next time I'm going to do an example next. Thanks.